Hey, this is Redban, and you're listening to the Death Squad Podcast Network. This episode of Muff Said and all the podcasts that we do here at Death Squad can always be found on our website, deathsquad.tv, and on iTunes under Death Squad. Don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes, and please rate and review our show. Also, if you haven't donated lately, please help us out. Go to deathsquad.tv and click on the donation tab. Or if you haven't bought a t-shirt yet, go click on the Death Squad store. And there's about 17 t-shirts left. So if you are an extra large or a small, you're in luck. But if you're not, you're screwed. The new t-shirt comes out anytime now. I can't even talk. Anyways, also, if you do any shopping at Amazon.com, always go to deathsquad.tv first. Click on the shop button. Anytime you purchase something using that link, that will give us a few pennies every time you spend $1. And now, here's a brand new episode of Muff Said.
Go!
My sex change operation got botched. My guardian angel fell asleep on the watch. Now all I've got is a Bobby Duck crotch. I've got an angry inch. Sex is fun.
Hey, this is Brian coming to you live from Death Squad Studios for another episode of Muff Said. And as always, my beautiful co-host, Ryan Keely.
My name is Ryan Keely, and I sound transtastic today. I still have a Comic-Con cold, so you're just going to have to put up with it. Today in studio, we have Antonio Canobbio and Jon Schnepp of Titmouse Studios.
Hey. Yo.
And I can't be more excited. I am such a huge fan of Titmouse and all of the wonderful programs that you make. Antonio is the creative and art director, and Jon Schnepp is one of the directors of Metalocalypse, though from what I understand, you guys are both doing a lot more at Titmouse these days.
So much more.
That's Jon.
Yeah, we're doing a lot these days. You should come check it out.
Yeah, you'll know it's Antonio when you hear a strange French accent.
Well, I just saw the Diablo 3 video you guys did for the super hot video game. Is that going to be a TV show, or is that just a short explaining the video game?
Well, it's a short form thing that lives on its own. We're talking about doing more. Everything takes a very long time, so I can't really say more than that. We would like to do more.
Well, the video was 6.5 minutes. I got about 3.5 minutes in, and then I got bored.
Oh, yeah? Well, don't tell Peter Chung that, because he'd sick Ian Flux on your ass.
I love Peter Chung. He's like my favoriteest, but,
He
on the
did
internet, 3.5 minutes. That's all I've got.
Here is the thing. It was super expositional. So that's the problem. And you get 6.5 minutes to expose every character, and then...
6 minutes forward, 5 minutes back. You got an angry minute. It's fucking 1 minute, son. Internet. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
10 seconds credits, 50 seconds, done.
It was fucking cool to work with Peter Chung. I mean, he's everybody's...
Yeah, Ian
idol.
Flux
Yeah.
shaped my childhood.
Exactly.
It's like, who do you want to be when you grow up? Ian Flux.
Right, and those were 2 minutes. So
Yeah, totally.
just jumping around, spindly ass, lasers, death.
Totally. I will never forgive, as much as I love Charlize Theron, I will never forgive her for fucking up Aeon Flux.
Hey, it's not her
It's
fault.
not her fault at all. She could have done an
And
awesome job.
she was awesome
She was
as
wearing
Ian Flux.
too
but
many clothes.
Not her fault again.
Yeah. She did not
think
write
we
the
agree.
script.
Yeah.
That's true, and I think pulling Peter Chung off that project and not having him involved at all was a big mistake. Yes, I am doing shots of Dayquil for those of you that are watching.
She's at Comic SARS. A lot of people had it.
Did you guys make it down to Comic-Con at all?
Fuck yeah.
What was your favorite things to see?
Let's see. Besides all the awesome nerds walking around in costumes and shit, we went to a couple of parties. Adult Swim had an amazing party on this battleship, and that was a highlight. That was really fun.
It was an aircraft carrier, so it was fucking awesome to see Death Clock live in the middle of airplanes, and it was Brandon landed.
Brendan played at Comic-Con?
On this
That
battleship.
little shit. He's
and
been avoiding me.
They had all these people dressed up as clocketeers.
Yeah,
it was pretty fun.
They weren't allowed to talk. I
Yeah.
tried to make them talk, and they couldn't.
I made them talk.
You did?
Because they all had the little brand on the back. I was like, yo, where'd you get that brand? I'm sorry, sir, I can't talk to you. I was like, you can fucking talk to me. I designed that brand. They were like, okay. It's like, go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, they gave tattoos. Also.
I saw Brian Redban at Comic-Con a couple of times.
Yeah, we were doing comedy shows there at It was awesome though because was that your? Have you been to Comic-Con lately? Did you go last year? Because I haven't been in like 5 years, and to me it was completely different than it was 5 years ago.
See, I think I've been every year for the past 5 years, and I don't think I was ever there before, so I don't know what it used to be.
It didn't used to be that fucking crazy. I know that. Like it was not fun to walk around Comic-Con at all. There were so many things I wanted to see.
I'm sorry, you didn't walk. You shuffled.
5 years ago.
You side shuffled, and like, dudes with giant backpacks would hit you, and then they fucking crop dust the place. So you'd be like, someone just let loose a giant fart, but I can't escape.
Yeah, you got stuck, like LA traffic style. Like I wanted to see Penn of Adventure Time, and there was not even a way I could even get in line.
No, you had to know people.
Yeah.
To get in any panel.
Yeah.
It was
Otherwise, it's like a 7-hour wait.
Yeah.
So we didn't do any
I
panels.
saw Wonder Woman sleep outside the convention center and and Superman pee in a bush at 3 in the morning. That just was my favorite out of.
I like Adrienne Curry dressed up as the chick from Legend. I don't know if you saw her walking around. That was a cool costume.
That's what she did. Raptor
As the
Jesus
Dark
as
Queen.
Well, yeah,
she was good. That was good.
I saw the 3-titted Total Recall girl, the new 3-titted one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I hope that's the same girl or close to it.
They don't go to Mars. My girlfriend took a picture of that, so I saw that. I was like, oh shit, they have the 3-titted chick. But it's like, I think it's like some like side callback. Like they're walking past, like I'm imagining they're walking past like a commercial store, and she's standing in it.
Oh,
so I don't think there's no Mars in it. So.
They need to make her like a main character.
That's right. She should be the main character. Total Recall 2. Total Recall 3.
Right.
Just, 3 tits. Just skip number 2. I'll tell you about number 2 later. That'll be like a prequel because we're going to go out of order.
In 3D.
Yeah, in 3D. Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's make that movie now.
Yeah.
It'll probably make more money than number 2 will.
Totally. I'm down for that. Speaking of crappy horror movies, shameless self-promotion time. Girls Gone Dead, the piece of crap that I was in last summer, is out now.
Girls Gone Dead, what it's about?
It's exactly what it's about.
Hot chicks in bikinis getting killed?
Just when you thought it was safe to go topless. I go topless twice. Actually, I'm kind of proud of it because I don't die till page 97 of the script. I've got like a real role with like real acting.
So you survive through many deaths.
Yeah, and I get topless twice before I die.
Is Julianne Prescott in that?
No,
because she's in most of that. I always like my friend I'm friends with Derek Mears, and he's been doing those horror circuit things, and I went on a couple of those, and I met all these like horror people. So
I want to do more. I never had so much like fun ever. It actually might not be terrible, but I get too like the Halloween episodes of MacGyver are too scary for me to watch, so I will never be able to watch any of the horror movies that I've been in.
Yeah, MacGyver, you're not going to watch anything. Ghostbusters probably makes you shit your pants, right?
Baby.
Let's watch
Zool! Liquid shit.
I got a trailer of it, Ryan, if you want to watch it.
Yeah, let's watch it. Girls Gone Dead.
All right.
I think this is the right trailer. Yeah, maybe?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We're staying at a kick-ass house on the beach, unchaperoned.
Wait. Maybe that's the music from the Rhapsody. Hold on a second. Let me fuck this.
No, that was more music from Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Huh?
Not that I have that soundtrack blasting in my car at all times.
Yeah, play that song again.
We'll go back to it.
Can we talk over the trailer, or should we just be quiet and watch it?
Oh, no, we could make fun of the trailer.
You can totally make fun of it. I'm actually barely in the trailer.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I have a sweet fight scene, so it's worth seeing.
In the trailer.
No, not in the trailer.
This is gonna be one hell of a weekend. We're staying at a kick-ass house on the beach, unchaperoned. Welcome to Casa de Beer.
Whoa! What's this on YouTube for?
Is there any guys in it?
Dad said this was supposed to be a
not.
hip town, not a hip replacement town. Welcome to Wild Willie's.
It's like Piranha Triple 3D a little bit. Go to
Was
the.
that Jane
We're
Fonda?
passing through on our way to Daytona.
That's Tara Reid,
Cameraman for
one of the
Crazy
dudes from
Girls
Vampire
Unlimited.
Diaries.
It's the new Spider-Man in there. I saw
It's
him.
gonna be wild, it's gonna be crazy, you're gonna love it. Show up to this event or drop dead.
Crazy Girls Unlimited is not a talent contest. It's a who can get drunk and take their top
Whoa.
off the fastest show.
Can't be
What are we
showing
waiting
nudity.
for?
Crazy Girls Unlimited.
No.
Go crazy.
Of
Wait,
course,
that's Rod Jeremy.
He has to be in it.
Yeah.
The fucking hedgehog.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the mask is pretty cool.
Dressed
Yeah,
like
blood.
a monk and carrying a sword.
It's a warhammer.
A what?
A medieval weapon used by religious zealots for purification reasons.
I also play D&D when I'm not a cop.
I know that dude.
I have a really
Hey,
bad
John,
feeling
did you write the
about
dialogue?
Yes, I co-wrote it as my off-screen identity, Thorzil. Is that Meatloaf's kid? Wait, Linnea Quigley, awesome. There he is, the hedgehog. Oh,
fucking
Beetlejuice.
in
Chris
there.
P would love this.
Yeah. Chris P is a big fan
Chris
of
P would
Beetlejuice.
be jumping around.
That's my fight scene.
Nice. Oh wait, so the killer has like a little Brazil-style baby face on him?
Yeah, isn't
Nice.
that weird? Yeah, that's pretty cool actually.
Hey, who ordered the monk?
I like that
That's
mask.
cool.
I think it's successful.
That looks better than most V movies that I see trailers for.
Yeah, that actually seemed pretty decent.
A lot of chicks in bikinis and then some murder.
Yeah.
I actually threw a hissy fit because I'm like, I'm not doing my fight scene in a bikini. I'm classier than that. I put my foot down. I'm like, I gotta wear a tank top, guys, like a full tank top.
And then it savagely gets torn off in mid-fight. But you're going down fight wearing not just bikini.
Right? I was like, I'm putting some clothes on because I'm classy. Being the only porn star in the cast.
So you really wrote that movie, John?
I did. Thorzill is my I have 4 different aliases. No, I didn't write it. I'm not taking credit for someone else's work. Girls Gone Dead looks like, that's something that someone can see.
Yeah, it is pretty magical. You can buy it on Amazon.
Matt
right
Taylor already owns Girls Gone Dead, but he's afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
I don't know who Matt Taylor is.
He's in the back.
So yeah, that just came out as of like 2 days ago. So buy it, be supportive.
Is it on video on demand?
I think so. I'm not sure.
That's what all the kids are doing now. They
Yeah.
don't buy DVDs.
Yeah.
They just fucking rent it on their parents' money.
It's
On
just
Xbox.
It's so much easier when you're just laying in bed. And
Yeah,
you
it
can
is.
just-
No kidding.
Just
That's why I saw
order it.
Bobcat Goldthwait's God Bless America. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, it's out. Bam, I'm watching it.
Exactly.
So quick.
I own so many awesome DVDs, but I will not like get up and go across the room to put them in because I can't get it off my Xbox Live.
I know, right?
I'm like,
That's
fuck.
why I boxed up.
Yeah.
I have like 2,000 DVDs there in a box outside because I was like Netflix, Hulu Plus, Xbox, Zune. You're like,
You have a choice between like 20 movies now, and you're too lazy. Yeah, it's like amazing.
well, no, Netflix has like 20,000 movies, but they're all
But they-
movies you don't want to see.
After the first 3 months, like there's a honeymoon period with Netflix.
Yeah, I
and
have
then-
my
and then-
queue. And I scroll through it. You spend an hour just blook, blook, blick,
Yeah,
blook,
yeah.
blook, 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 blick, blook, blook, blick, blook, 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 blick. That's all you do, and then you're like, God, I'm tired. Fuck it, I'm not going to watch anything. Go to regular TV. Oh, it sucks. Nothingness.
I do catch myself watching shit I would never ever watch though because like I just watched a documentary about like video game arcade champions of the 80s.
Yeah, I watched that one,
It was
and
actually pretty
it's
good.
pretty good because I watched the Donkey Kong one, and it's like, yo, that same weird dude who ran the Galaxy arcade, he's in it, and then you get to find out about his weird life.
Yeah.
It's like, I wanted to be a country singer. You're like, all right, well, what happened?
Did you see the one that was all about Showbiz Pizza? I don't know if you know what Showbiz Pizza was in the 80s. There used to
sounds
be,
delicious.
Is it like Chuck
before-
E. Cheese?
Yeah,
or
it was
something?
before Chuck E. Cheese, I believe, and I think Chuck E. Cheese took over them. They got bought out. But it's about these people that collect the original like robots, animatronics,
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff, and the creator of it. It's amazing. I'll find out the name in a bit, but I highly recommend that Netflix one.
I really liked, Troll 2. They have a movie called Best Worst Movie, and it's all about the people who were in Troll 2 and what happened to them like 20 years later, and then they get everybody back together, including the strange director from like Slovakia, the guy from Sorghum who made this beer. He's in the movie. We're drinking gluten-free beer, guys. I don't know if you can
You
see
are.
it, but it looks like a shampoo bottle.
Yeah, what's it called?
I'm
It's
on-
the
I'm on
St.
the light
Peter's
beer.
sorghum beer. Remember when we had it a few weeks ago and it was delicious?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Beer made from sorghum.
Yeah. So
Contains no wheat or barley for you gluten-free freaks.
And it
I
looks
know.
like shampoo.
it does
But
not
it
taste
does
like
not
shampoo.
taste like shampoo.
The movies, by the way, it's called Rock a Fire Explosion, which was the name of the robot band in the Showbiz. I recommend it. It's creepy as fuck.
Wow. And there's people who collect those weird animatronics, and what do they do with them?
They have them all set up in their house. Like you walk into their
Because
living
you don't
room.
collect
and it-
weird animatronics, Brian Redban.
No,
There's
I-
not how many in the studio right now? Oh, I guess
Oh.
you took what it.
no, I have all the robots over there on the package.
Yeah, you don't have the Clockwork Orange dolls, do you?
No, but I got the Exorcist and I got a zombie Hitler that you can plug in the robots.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's,
The zombie Hitler is still missing his mustache.
that's for reasons.
For reasons?
It's just a Nazi zombie.
It's not Hitler.
It's not Hitler.
But whatever.
No.
But
Speak-
I'm sorry. Go.
Well, I was going to say that things that I saw at Comic-Con that I was really, really excited about is I managed to, because I knew someone, get to go see the South Park Stick of Truth trailer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Holy crap, it's going to be so good.
The new video game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't come out till March, but so it's kind of frustrating that they're like demoing it now because I'm like, I have to wait till March for this, and I can't wait to play it. I'm really excited.
March is like 7 months, not 8, 9 months away.
Yeah, I know.
That's
and
a
they're
long
showing
time.
the demo at Comic-Con already. And I'm like, really, guys? Really?
Here's the 3-tit girl from Comic-Con.
There she is.
Thank you.
Yep. She's only going to be in it for 5 seconds, guys, so just look at that.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this video cast as well? So
Yes.
some
Yes.
people see
Yeah.
the 3 tits, most people don't.
Right.
I did not have time to count.
And then, here's Beetlejuice's little head next to my big
He's
ass.
fucking awesome. He did a video for Crispy, which is Crispy is the president of Titmouse. You know, he did. You sent him $50, the name of the person you wanted to insult, and he would actually do this crazy videotape of, "This is you, Chris." I think Shannon did it for his birthday. That's what it was. And we watched the videotape, and he would like cook this black sausage, the disgusting blood sausage, and he would call it Chris the entire time. And what he would fucking do to him, like if he could get his hands on him, and I would fuck his wife, and like he was so nasty. And it was so awesome. Chris loved it.
It was like $100, and it's like shot on like an old VHS camera from the
in
80s.
his kitchen.
Yeah.
I had to sit next to Beetlejuice for about 3 hours in the Girls Gone Dead signing. And let me tell you, that was some of the most exciting 3 hours in my life. I was like, the whole time I was like, and the funny is that there's so many people like coming by and we're like signing posters or whatever. And that he just like starts like insulting me to the crowd, talking about these sexual exploits that we apparently have had together. And
How was it?
hilarious. I was just like, no way.
You didn't
For
throw
3
any
hours.
insults back at him?
Well, the thing is that my voice was even worse at Comic-Con. By I think it was Saturday that I did the signing. I had no voice. Like this is me having a lot more voice. Yeah, I could barely talk. I was talking like this. So it didn't matter what, and he yells. So there's no like. So I just had to like just sit there and accept the situation and enjoy the hilarity. It was kind of amazing.
I love Titmouse because the style of your animation is amazing. And one of the biggest things that that really turned me on to you guys was G.I. Joe, how you guys did G.I. Joe over at Titmouse.
Oh, yeah.
And because as a fan of the original comic and not the movies, it was good to see somebody take G.I. Joe and do it justice. And I was kind of bummed to find out that like I don't think you guys are doing it anymore.
No.
It was more of like a short film, I guess.
Yeah.
But
they wanted to do an hour-long special. I gotta give props to
Joaquin.
Joaquin Dos Santos. He's a fucking awesome director. He's
Did all the Airbenders, and now he's doing like
Korra.
Korra.
Yeah, he's doing Korra now. But yeah, I mean, he did a tremendous amount of work on this and groundwork to get it going, and it was a real struggle because it was something of such a high standard for even for us. It really sets the bar really high, and we couldn't come back from that after.
Right.
But we learned a ton, and we applied it on every show.
Yeah, bar hit. Now must step on that bar. You
Yeah.
can't go under bar.
Under bar.
Yeah.
that's great.
That's a brand new club I'm opening next week. Underbar, guys.
When you step
$27.
over the bar.
Yeah, it's a $27 cover.
It's great because I mean, not only did you guys kind of keep to the real characters and the style just is awesome. The art style looks like a cross between almost anime and the original style.
Oh, it's incredible. Warren Ellis wrote it. You know that, right?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Warren
No,
Ellis
are you
comic book.
serious?
God. Yeah. he
Right.
Oh, I
wrote it.
didn't know that.
I just splooched in my pants.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Great.
should have. Twice, because that guy's incredible.
I did that because I just had Middle Eastern food.
That's right. Antonio's French. He can't really hold that Middle Eastern shit down unless there's a croissant wedged in between. But
How do
yeah,
you know
actually,
about that?
there's if you really like G.I. Joe, you guys can come down to Titmouse and we'll show you the extra bloody version. Because all the
Yeah.
blood had to get taken out, like Storm Shadow fighting Snake Eyes.
What?
Ultra violent,
Yeah, we
blood
have-
drenched.
we have
and had
the
to get all
bloody-
removed.
Why did you take the blood out? I mean, I've
That
seen
was a-
Metalocalypse. Like that's
No. This is a different
Hasbro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodless. Yeah.
They wanted violence, though. They could shoot guns, which is pretty good already. That was already for the fans. That was pretty good. Now, Yeah,
But it had that
we had a
A-team
version.
aspect, you know, where you're shooting and
Yeah.
it's like it just hits the walls and nobody else.
Yes, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm climbing out of a van that just exploded. Dun, dun,
So you're not allowed to like put that on the Blu-ray as like a special feature that
You know what? We're not in charge of
Yeah,
that.
we're not.
so-
We're not yeah, we
maybe
just
they did
yeah,
it.
they made it. We were like, wow, that's so awesome. Yeah, we're taking all that out. That when I saw it, I was like, that's incredibly awesome.
Yeah.
Because I saw the bloody version, and they're like, no, we're taking all that out. I was like, what? Mind blown. I was like, are you serious?
You need to leave the office open one weekend and have somebody accidentally take it and leak it on the internet.
Or anybody who's
Probably
listening
is
in,
there.
write into Hasbro. That's how things
It's never
happen.
going to happen.
Yeah. I know, right?
Hasbro.
And please write into generally to Hasbro. Like, do you have a name? No, just write stuff to Hasbro.
Mr. Hasbro.
Yeah, Mr. Hasbro. He'll help things out. Him and Mr. Parker Brothers are having, I'm not going to say that. I was about to say something and get blacklisted by everybody. So,
All right.
How have you guys been liking the longer format with Metalocalypse?
we liked it so much we went back to the 15 minutes for this
Yeah.
fourth season. It's not longer anymore.
It was.
Oh, really?
It became a different show, I think,
Yeah.
with the 22 minutes. Like it or
Yeah.
not, it had to have acts, story, tracking. It wasn't just a setup and.
And it didn't just
And
have the
come out of
A
it.
and B story. It usually had a C story. And it was like, everyone was so used to making the 11-minute ones and then like running towards the finish. It was like the 22-minute ones. Like some of them worked out great, like Squiscar going home to Sweden to find his dad. Like there was certain episodes that like were just written really well, and then other ones had to just get kind of like a lot of
Zazz?
a lot of zazz had to get added to them, and they took a long time. So I think when it came down to the fourth season, both Adult Swim and Brendan sort of
let's
wanted
give
to-
ourselves fake credits.
Okay.
I came up with that.
Yeah, Antonio Canobbio totally came up with Zaz, but he used to say it like this: "Hey, everybody, I have some fraz." And we're like, "Dude, why are you saying fraz?"
He's got the worst French
So-
accent.
Yeah. And so then I was like, "Hey, dude, why don't you make it Daz?" And then people ripped on me for about an hour. And then Tommy Blatcha said Zaz. So I guess Tommy gets credit for
Tommy
it.
gets the
Tommy
credit.
Blatcha gets
Tommy
credit for it.
Blatcha gets the credit.
I know Brendan, but I've never met Tommy, and I've always
Tommy is one of the
really
funniest
wanna meet
people
Tommy.
Yeah.
on the planet.
That's what I
that you'll
keep
ever
hearing.
meet. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
He
he's-
paid me $20 to say that. So, let me say it again. Tommy Blatcha is one of the funniest guys on the planet.
He does.
$40.
He does amazing work on the show. I mean, first of all, he created the show with Brendan,
Yeah.
but he brings. They bring so much in the booth. Those two. You gotta give it to them on that level. Like they write funny scripts.
And then they plus it all
Tommy
of it.
hasn't been writing for the past 2 seasons, but
But he ad-libs, so
Yeah.
like even if he didn't write it, he'll add all this
Exactly.
extra stuff that usually gets into the show because we're like, oh, that's funnier than the script, so let's keep that in there. So
Yeah.
that's Tommy's.
he does Murderface. He does
Toki, he does Roxo.
He does some of the really funny
scientists,
characters.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was to sleep with anyone in Death Clock, I would probably want to sleep with Toki and Nathan.
Okay.
That's the wrong answer. You don't say that while
Right.
there's three guys
Well,
sitting
first of
around.
all, no one says Murderface, so that's already off the map.
Yeah.
Usually Pickles, no. So it's always either Nathan or Squiscar, but I'm glad you said Toki. So you
Toki's
evened it
so
out.
he's such
He's
a
just sensitive.
He's so
Yeah.
sensitive. He's a sweet, delicate
He's endearing.
flower. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that those are the only two characters that really have like a lot of like deeper feelings.
Right. Well, I mean, after sex with Toki, you could cuddle with his teddy bear with him.
Yes.
And get all sensitive.
I
And
could
with-
big
yeah.
spoon him, and I love being the big
Yeah,
spoon.
and Nathan would just kick you out of bed and put like a pillow in between you and be like, "All right, I'm done."
I think Toki would go for hours. He's got the
his stamina.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the in joke that me and the character designer came up with when we I designed the characters, but then when we actually went to the series, we got a character designer who's a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
We brought him in. He worked with Antonio, Sungu Kwan. So our little in joke for the first season was like Toki's ripped and no one knows it. So I was like, just make him like give him a little indentation. So no one knew it until we got to the 14th episode where they're all shirtless and he's just fucking ripped. And Brennan was like, "Why are you making him all ripped?" I was like, "Because he's always been ripped." And he's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, look, see his line, the definition. It's always been there." He's
Yeah,
like,
it's just natural.
Is the 14th episode the one with the fashion designer?
no, that's number 5. That's awesome. But-
Season 2.
Yeah,
Season
season 2 is right. The
Season
fashion
2,
designer.
yeah,
but
Yeah, because that's when they.
Blues
I
Clock.
never remember anything. He
14th
does.
episode from season 1 is Blues Clock, and that's when they're all like just doughy looking, except for
Unlimited
Toki's
Devil.
completely ripped. Yeah, so that was when that first happened. We were like, all right, he's like just naturally super.
So why does
muscular.
Swissguard sleep with only old ladies? Is that a reaction to his mom?
Fat.
He's
no,
fucked
no, no.
everyone. He's just
also fat black ladies.
Yes, FBLs.
Yeah.
Fat black
Sorry.
ladies. He's like, oh, so get some fat FBOs. It's like, No one knows that that's fat black ladies.
Isn't
I guess
there-
you just spoiler, dude. You just ruined it for everybody.
No,
I call him
I'm,
Tyler
I'm
Perry's.
sorry. Isn't Motherface calling as a fat black lady?
No one knew that
Oh,
until
sorry.
now. It's brand new
Fucking
information
spoiled
for
it.
super nerds.
I don't know. I don't deal with nerds very. I don't cater. To
You know how you
nerds
know,
very
like, there's
easily.
like all these girls who write slash fiction, and like you could tell who they are because they refer to the CFO as Charles. We all hang out at a party one time, and this one girl was like, well, I don't know if Charles would do that. And I was like, you're one of those weird fan chicks. She's like, what? It's like, got all red-faced. It's like, because they all have these weird nicknames that they come up with for everybody. The Boys is what they call Death Clock, and Charles.
But the boys is something totally different.
I know, but no one, are not referred to in the show as The Boys. And Charles is never called Charles. It's the CFO. So it's that weird thing where you're like, oh, you're one of those guys.
Can you say his last name for me? 'Cause I can't
Oftenson.
I can't say it.
Say it.
Oftenson.
Oftenson.
I told when I teamed up my lawyer, the Coos, who has saved my ass on multiple occasions. Actually, like iTunes gifted him the Metalocalypse because he's also really into metal music, and I'm like, I need you to be a lawyer like this. So start working on your samurai sword skills.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So girls write fan fiction about Oftenson?
Mainly it's Toki and Squiscar getting it on, or Nathan and Pickles getting it on.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nathan and Pickles getting it on?
Yep.
Who's the top in that?
They both are. Usually it's like Nathan gripping onto Pickles. Pickles like, yeah, stop.
I think Nathan would be.
Yeah, I think
I
Nathan.
can see Nathan.
Yeah,
as
Toki and Squiscar, all the in fact for the DVD, I had all these artists from DeviantArt and a whole bunch of other artists who just do fan fiction send in and sign off all this fan fiction for the first episode of the 4th season because they go to ClockCon. But as one of the DVD special features, I'm using all of their art, and it's all good. Their name and then all their strange art during this for this whole like 6-minute sequence.
That's true. It actually was a lot of work to
Yeah.
get all the people to sign.
Yeah,
you know,
like at
'cause
30 people.
releases and shit.
So which DVD is this on?
The season 4, which
Season
comes
4
out
DVD?
comes out October 30th. Plug.
Yeah, that's episode 1, right?
Pre-order now.
Well, no, but it's a DVD. Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
episode
yeah.
1, but then it's like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a bunch of special features that we're working on that are crazy. So.
Speaking of
Oh, yeah.
comic book arts,
Yes.
let's segue into something that is thicker and harder.
Always hard. It's the Mook, ladies and gentlemen.
It is the Mook. Is this what Flatulina's in?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. She's in every episode.
If you guys-
Reverend
episode.
Dave Johnson.
Yeah.
If you friend of the show, Reverend Dave Johnson,
Awesome
you guys
guy.
remember his totally sweet preview for Flatuline. Apparently, Titmouse Mook 2, which where are all the
Right there.
which one? Okay, that one.
This
It says out now, and it's full of fanciness. You're in here.
Yep.
Is this Matt? Is that the Matt that's over
Yeah,
there?
Matt Taylor's got a piece in there. He's done stuff for the first issue as well, right, Matt?
Yeah, Matt.
Yep.
Matt is one of our animators too. He does all the super jealous opening sequences.
Awesome.
He's pretty fucking good.
I didn't get a chance to watch Super Jail, but I did watch a lot of Black Dynamite this afternoon.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
what most of the people in the studio are sweating over day and night. We also have
Yeah.
Ben Kalina.
Oh,
Ben Kalina, one
Ben
of the
Kalina.
our super producers in the back, being all quiet and squirrely. Say
Yeah.
hi, Ben.
By the way, can we plug this in for the MOOC?
Stand up, Ben
can
and
get
Matt.
it.
Oh, yes.
You can get it at titmailstuff.com.
So Ben Kalina,
Say
your
it, it's gonna
girlfriend
be
is
sexier
really
if you
hot. Your girlfriend is like really, really, really hot. So at Comic-Con, there's 2 places where everyone hangs out that are like kind of like the off the beaten track where like all of the real, if you want to meet, like I ended up like having drinks with Derek Robertson, which was like a dream come true for me. And that's because I hung out at the bar at the Hyatt. And I ran into
Transmetropolitan for you idiots who don't know what she's talking about. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. And
What is it?
I'll throw things at you. So I see this beautiful girl. Like I'm like totally watching this like tall, gorgeous, dark-haired girl. I'm like, damn, that bitch is fine. Because I'm a lesbian porn star. I do like the ladies sometimes. And I'm like, and then I walk around. I'm like, oh, that's Ben's girlfriend. I was like, damn it.
He could probably work something out.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Yeah.
I thought for a second you were talking about my super hot girlfriend, Holly, but I guess you're talking about his
I haven't met
girlfriend.
your
Whatever.
super hot girlfriend, Holly. But
I'll show you a picture.
you'll show me a picture. Do you have any
He's
naked
trying
pictures?
to get laid tonight. That's what he's trying. She's probably listening.
Is she?
Oh, sorry.
Can I ruin it by having you show me naughty pictures of her?
Maybe.
As he pulls out his phone. So
She's awesome and she's super hot.
You know, I'm starting to realize that guys that are in comic books really do get all the ass, or in animation or like nerd stuff. Like it's that sensitive artist type, but like that employed sensitive artist type that really just pulls the ladies. Like Dan Panosian's wife, smoking hot.
Well, they also get the best kind of women, and women that like guys that are dorks or nerds or geeks or whatever. Like that's the hottest kind of like
because we're super smart.
Hey, I don't want to be left out here.
Antonio's wife is super hot.
Thank
too.
you. And her name is Dominique. I want to get laid too tonight. Sorry.
Oh, I've been trying to work on saying how to say "lick my pussy" in French. Is it "lâchez-moi"?
But you didn't say my pussy.
Ah, lâchez-moi.
Laissez-moi la chatte.
Lâchez-moi.
La chatte.
La chatte. Lâchez-moi.
Yeah,
la chatte.
you gotta say pussy if you're gonna say.
Je ne
sounds like
comprends
shit,
pas
my
le
pussy.
français.
Laissez-moi.
Chatte, C-H-A-T.
Laissez-moi.
Voilà la fusée.
Okay.
Voilà la fusée. That means here comes the rocket.
Yeah. Do you want me to go there, John? No.
We'll
Okay.
go there towards the end of this.
Yeah.
sequence.
Because that it has to do with a dream I had about John. But
I want to hear about this dream that you had. Tell me about this
it
dream.
is so fucked up.
Let's save it for later after we have 5 more of these sorghums.
Hey, you brought it up. Anyway, I can do a French lesson if you want. If you want your podcast to be educational.
How do you say death squad in French?
Death. Oh man, I don't know.
Oh, we stumped the Frenchman.
But did the Nazis totally came to France? You guys have to have Gestapo. What's French for Gestapo?
It's the same word.
Same word, Gestapo?
Yeah. With a French
Les deaths de Gestapo. Moulette.
No, I want to hear about your dream about Jon Schnepp.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry,
You
John.
opened that door. Let's walk through
He
it.
opened it. I actually would not have dared. Okay.
I'm not closing the door.
Okay, so
say it in 15 seconds.
So no,
Go.
I can't. No, because I got to set it up because I couldn't talk that day after that dream. So, I was in Paris. I was with my wife. I was walking down the street, and she's like, "What's up with you?" And I'm like, I just couldn't get it out. And then, sorry, John. After a while, I was like, actually, I had to tell her. I was like, well, I had a dream about John last night. And we had a titmouse party on the sidewalk in Paris. It's going to be very crude, by the way. And he was giving me I was laying down on the sidewalk, and he was giving me a foot massage.
What?
Yeah, I don't dream often about John, but mostly about foot massages. And
please refer to Pulp Fiction for all the rest of the foot massage stuff. Go on.
And then, so he had all these techniques. He was like, "This is New York style," and he was just and he had like the Parisian style and all that. And I was like, "Okay, dude, this is getting a little weird. I'm gonna go." And he's like, "Okay." And I was talking to this receptionist we had at the time, and. At the party, and he came to me and grabbed me by the arm. He's like, there's more where it came from if you want to go somewhere. And I was like, no, I'm okay, dude. And he got really upset and lowered his pants halfway, took a shit in his hand and threw it all over the receptionist because I dodged it and said, "Voilà la fusée. Here comes the rocket." And I woke up. And that's the end of my dream.
and then he made the mistake of telling me. I was like, so for the last 7 years, usually it's like, "Voilà la fusée!"
Or he would leave me messages. "Hey, do you want a massage?"
Yeah, call up to a conference call or something with some Disney people. Be like, "Hey, you want a foot massage or something like that?"
Actually,
intense, right?
I realize it's probably more embarrassing for me than for you, huh?
It's not embarrassing at all for me. I give good foot massages. Hey,
he gives great.
Now, are you nervous now to be drunk around him? Do you think maybe like if you black out, you'll wake up with a little?
There is tension. Yeah,
he would wake up
tension.
with the best foot massage he's ever had in his life. I'd have one leg, Ryan would have the other. Like, hey, what's up, man?
I'm trying to think if I've ever had like a dream about like a friend of mine in that way, like a massage dream or anything like that. I don't think I have.
I have sex dreams about the most awkward people, and then I can't look them in the face.
What? Well, that's normal. You're a sexual being, and you have sex with both guys and girls. But for guys,
that's weird. We're not sexual beings.
Well,
I mean, with
just because she does porn.
After that dream, I gave up on sex.
I mean, with other guys, she's sexual with everybody. I don't know.
I haven't been with a tranny.
Hey, can I grab another beer?
Absolutely.
You can have as many beers as you want.
Should try.
Do you want
one
a
of the
fancy beer?
sorghums.
Do you want to try the sorghum beer? I thought you were supposed to be French and classy, and you're drinking Miller Lite.
It's the Diet Coke of beers.
So you guys do a lot of shows over at Titmouse Studio, Motor City, which we probably shouldn't talk about it because it's Disney and this is not a family-friendly show.
But it's an awesome show, and all you kids who are listening to this, you should watch it.
Yeah, and quit subscribing to this show because you're kids.
Yeah.
China, Illinois, I also watched some of today, which was awesome because of the hippie murdering.
Brad Neely,
China's fucking
incredibly
rad.
funny.
Yeah, so amazing.
He's recording season 2 right now. He was in the booth all day. That guy is focused. And he's fucking awesome. Really, he writes the funniest stories. And he's so...
And he's really weird, just like his cartoons.
And he gives great foot massages.
That's right.
What?
How long does it take you to animate like a 15-minute episode? I mean, is it from start to finish?
Well, we do a thing where we stair step. We have this giant kind of war board, which is like weeks spread out over the course of a whole year. So,
hey, Ben, come over here. Answer that.
Hey, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong if I say it wrong, but we start out with a script, so they script everything. So you have like all the scripts are done, and then you start this war board where it's like pre-production, like storyboards and recording and animatics. So that's all like about 6 weeks. And then 2 weeks later, the next episode starts storyboards, animatics. Then 2 weeks later, storyboards, animatics. So it's like, so if you're just looking at one episode,
it takes about a year.
Yeah, one episode takes a year, but then you have the second episode starting 2 weeks later, the third episode. So everything's kind of spread out. So somewhere in the middle, you're working on the beginning of one episode, the middle of another episode, and the end of the first episode. So the middle of any season is totally insane.
Yeah, it's all staggered. And actually, the end, that's when you run out of time and you got to run like a madman.
There's like 7 people working till midnight. All the crew's gone. You're like, oh.
We're at the end of the Black Dynamite thing, and it's crazy. We got to deliver 1 episode a week right now. We are running out of time. It's a crazy race.
Shit.
We're getting footage back, plugging it in, doing color correction at the same time. And
Yeah,
you guys
thank
do it
God
all-
I'm not working on Black Dynamite. Yeah, I'm in there just like working on one show. Like I'm doing this Grim Fairy Tales thing, and I just see like people sweating at 12 at midnight. I'm like, it's time to go drink.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Working on Black Dynamite.
Tell me about Grim Fairy Tales. I love fairy tales.
I ran a successful for Grim Fairy Tales. We're doing the Zenescope, which is a comic book company, and they do these like really hot, super hot girls in the Grim Fairy Tales. And I was looking to do something last year. I was like, all right, Metalocalypse is getting close to getting done. I was like, I wanted to do something else stylistically completely different and do something like the heavy metal movie where you have like every single cartoon story has a different style. So I was writing my own thing, and then I met these Zenescope guys, and a friend of mine, Ben Jackendoff, introduced me to him, and his name really is Ben Jackendoff.
Is he hot?
And he's single. He just got divorced, and he's hot, and he has a kid. So anyway,
I'll
give you his number later. So he was friends with them. He's like, you got to meet these guys. So I met him at last year's Comic-Con, and they gave me a bunch of their trade paperbacks. And at first I was like, it's just like, some goofy cheesecake. But I read it, and it's like Tales from the Crypt with hot chicks. So I was like, and I saw the opportunity to do something really cool animated with that, where it's like I could up it and make it like each Grim Fairy Tale story, like Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty or Hansel and Gretel or Beauty and the Beast, can be done in this completely different style. So I got a bunch of different artists like Bill Sienkiewicz, I got Eric Powell, and we got Alex Pardee doing the very first one. And so we raised money through Kickstarter, and we raised enough money, $188,000, to do a fully animated pilot that Titmouse is going to produce.
I'm so excited for this because I've actually, now that you explain this to me, I know that I've seen those comic books, and they're beautiful and hot and dirty and just like...
Yep.
God bless Kickstarter, by the way. I mean, I don't know how many people I've met lately that are getting projects because of the Kickstarter. And how
It's a great way to go.
MC Chris, a good friend of mine, MC Chris, just got his together now.
Yeah,
He's
we're
doing
working
anime.
with him.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We did the Kickstarter.
Oh, you did the Kickstarter for MC Chris? Oh, yeah. Oh, cool.
We are everywhere.
I tell you, man, MC Chris is a good guy, and I'm really excited because his character is already pretty well known just because of his merch and stuff like that, and his work on whatever.
No,
It's a Boba Fett song.
Yeah.
If you have a good enough project, it's a great way to fund it and find fundings. Now, it's not easy. John, do you want to take them through the process? It's not like you got to do nothing and just wait for the money to treat.
It's like an intense amount of work. Like that's what I've just been doing since we raised the money May 2nd, and then I just started working on the script. So it took about a month and a half to hammer this script out, because I'm taking the comic book and then adapting that to make it like completely. It's like the comic. It's based on the comic, but it's also a lot of new stuff because I wanted to add a lot of horror elements and a lot of like really creepy.
And
cool
you want to
stuff.
make it a little bit different than the comic book because there's nothing more disappointing
Totally.
than getting something that's like, oh, this is frame for
Yeah,
frame.
yeah, it's not at all frame for frame. But I got the blessing of the Zenoscope guys, and so they're totally excited about it. So we just started design work right now and storyboards right now, and we just started doing the scratch track. We got Lena Headey from Game of Thrones. She's going to be the main actress. She's playing Sela. So we got a lot of incredible voice talent. Robert Forster. Just a big list of really cool people to work with.
If you ever need shitty voice talent for free, I live in Burbank and I'll do anything you want. You could use me all night long.
We'll consider it. You know how many people? I'm serious. You know how many people ask me that on a daily basis?
Really? Is
every
that,
day? I'm just serious, and they
I
ask
just
everyone
asked at the same time as you did. Sorry. Man.
So I mean, if you really, honestly, anybody who's listening who does want to get into voiceover, you have to like just record a demo tape and then get it to a person who manages voice talent, because that's really the way to do it.
I hear it's like the toughest industry to break into.
It's very tough because like what happens is people are doing voices already. They're like, oh, let's get that person. So it's really hard to break in just period. Mm-hmm. Even if you're an actor, there's people who've already done voiceovers, and so they're ahead of you, even if you're an actor. So
I know with the G.I. Joe movie that I think it was, I read somewhere where you guys, or somebody, they said they couldn't afford to have half the people talk in the movie. And instead I'm thinking, shit, there's so many people that would probably are fans of G.I. Joe that could sit there and do Snake Eyes for him at least.
Right, but that's the other thing now with cartoons is like we've reached this weird level of cartoons where people want to have name talent in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Old cartoons, who voiced He-Man? No one knows. Who was Snaggletooth? Who cares?
But then you think about Jessica Walters on Archer, and she's amazing.
Yep. So that's all I'm saying. It's reached this different plateau now. So I mean, it's hard to get into voiceover. Another way, if you want to do voiceover, is like make your own like really fun cartoon and be the main voice of it. And throw it on the internet. Throw it on YouTube.
That's a good idea.
I just did a panel in Florida, and like everyone wanted to either be a voiceover artist or take my job as a director. And I was like, well, the easiest way to direct stuff is start working now and start directing stuff now and get out of Miami and move to LA. Because, I mean, it's literally you have to get into the machine to start. You have to get inside the machine to become part of the machine. Right. It's really hard to not just like jump in like, now I'm directing. It's like, I worked 10 years before I started actually directing like Metalocalypse. I was animation director, editor for Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I did all these different jobs.
Upright Citizens.
I directed Upright Citizens Brigade.
That's insane. It's one of my faves. How was that?
That was incredible. I met all of those guys through Del Close. I was friends with him in Chicago, and I made this really crazy science fiction series that I've never released. I might release it this year. People keep saying, just put it out.
Yeah,
it's like almost 15 years old, but it's got Dave Koechner in it. It's got Rich Fulcher in it. It's got all these people from Chicago, and that's where I met Matt Besser and Ian Roberts and all those guys. So when they went to series, they were like, I'd done this weird science fiction thing with them. They're like, hey, you want to work on this with us? We're like, it was at HBO. So I did some design work, and then I was like getting ready to move out here because I was working out here in California all the time, but I lived in Chicago. They moved to New York, so I was like, when they got the pilot, I met with Ken Alterman, who worked at Comedy Central at the time. He was just with those guys. And we made that pilot. And then once I was living in LA, I did a couple of these other cartoons, like the Tick Tick cartoon or some of the weirder Throwing Star Squad. If you're an Upright fan, you'll know that. So just some weirder stuff with those guys. But
I'm so excited that you worked on Space Ghost.
I know. I was just going to say the same thing. It's one of my favorites.
I don't steal content anymore, but back when I used to pirate content, all I used to do was download all of the songs from Space Ghost.
Right, from Cartoon
and
Planet.
I would listen to like all of the Brack songs over and over and over and over and over again.
Brack I had him record like 5 when he came by in LA. I was like, just all these retarded phone messages for me. This was the best thing to have Brack like, you're fucking pigs now, la-di-da-di. He's singing a weird song. I like to fuck pigs. I like to fuck pigs. You're like, all right, thank you, Brack. But speaking of Space Ghost, one of the episodes I edited was with Mike Judge. And they had him do, like off screen, he was just like doing Beavis, and then he was doing Butthead. So I edited this really weird thing of just him talking as both characters arguing with himself. It never made it into the episode. I have it like on one of these beta tapes. But that segues great into Titmouse just did a Mike Judge directed. What's the guy's name?
Zach Brown.
Yeah.
We were going to do, it will be our outro song. I can tell you that much. Unless we can do a Brack song instead. I was so excited. I tweeted about this when Ben sent this over to me because, I love Zach Brown band. Like, I don't know what happened to me, but in the last, 3 years, I've started listening to, I used to hate techno and country. Uh-huh. Now all I listen to is techno and country. I live alone. But But no, it's the most amazing video ever. Can we actually?
What's
Zach Brown animated?
It's in the
Mike
email I
Judge
sent you.
directed it.
Here we go.
Yeah. I guess we might as well pull it up now. Why not?
Yeah, there's a commercial, so I gotta wait.
We gotta wait. But no, I was so excited because it's robots and Robo Redneck and Zach, sweet country music.
You know, Chris P went out to hang out with Zach Brown and Mike Judge.
He's got some
Can I
funny
intern
stories
for you
here.
guys?
And they
I've
did,
got really
like
big
in the
tits.
video, you see them like going along on ATVs,
You're in.
like through the mud. They really did that because there's pictures of them all like covered in mud. They just went out drunk, like going through mud and crazy style shit.
And they fucking, I think they crashed that like 4-wheeler or whatever, and they were like, let's just leave it in the swamp. And they have a warehouse filled with those. And
I need to party with these guys.
No kidding.
Yeah, just.
It sounds so fun.
But be careful with
are the best.
ATVs because if you've ever flipped one and have it land on you, unbelievable.
Oh, I crashed an ATV when I was in Kenya.
Rednecks are the best.
So I'm like in Kenya, Africa, like, you know, and I'm racing around. We were not in the Masai Mara, but we were like Masai Mara adjacent. And I am like racing this ATV, going maybe about like 50 kilometers per hour, which is pretty fast in an ATV. We're going downhill. We hit some gravel. We skid. And I lose control, and the ATV goes down in. Fortunately, it went down into the giant agricultural ditch.
The agricultural dick.
What was my mind on?
I'll just repeat that for everyone.
And I went flying like 9 feet through the air. Like, so the ATV goes down into the ditch. I go off of it and I separate, fortunately, and slam 9 feet through the air head first into like this giant, like, wall of dirt, and then slide down this thing and land, you know, and the bottom like tangled around my ATV.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm still missing hair on this side of the head. Oh, the best part is that my boyfriend at the time had forged my signature on the release form and didn't grab helmets.
So you didn't.
So I know about ATV things, and I am totally down to go do it again because
Zach Brown, are you listening? Flyer asses out there.
So no road rash, nothing.
Oh, well, no, I'm missing hair on this side of my head.
Yeah.
I had a giant black eye.
You got lucky.
My shoulder came out of socket. I had to like throw it back in the socket.
Oh my god!
And then I continued on the ride because I'm like, fuck this. I'm not finishing. You know, like when am I gonna be in Africa again? So I finished the ride on the ATV.
Wow.
Like when we go out to the Vista Point, and then we turn around, we start going back to the resort. And at some point, I'm like, I can't turn left, guys. Someone might have to steer. And they're like, yeah, we've been trying to get you off that bike for like an hour.
Wow.
And I was and the best part of the story is that the resort that I was staying at, someone had just come there to like detox off of all of these painkillers, and they had given all of their drugs to the owners of the resort, and the owners of the resort were like, please don't sue. Here's a giant pile of drugs, and gave me this like ginormous stash of like ex-junkie drugs.
Wow.
So
Cloud9.
You can sue in Kenya?
Yes, I don't know.
Here's a bundle of sticks. And here's a carton of dirt.
They pay you with rice.
Yeah. They pay with ice?
Yeah.
No, rice. 5 rice bags.
I would say pay with ice and rice.
No, and
Here's some rice on ice.
They didn't want to let me out of the country because I was so injured, because I show up to the airport with an arm in a sling, and my whole, like this whole side of my face is like just black.
Wow.
Completely black. And after we had bribed some officials, I ended up I was in Ireland for like 20 days recovering, drunk.
That's not a bad thing, right?
No.
I was in Ireland recovering for 20 days. That's a side brag. Yeah, guys, after that, I was in Ireland for 20 days drinking. Whatever. Just a side note.
So
totally different story.
So ATVs lead to good things.
Here's the video.
That's right.
Lord have mercy. Ooh, girl, what's your name? Oh, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the dignified, the sanctified, the love 'em cause they southern fried, Zach Brown Band.
Above the city where I fell in love with you, and the fading country skyline brings an urban lullaby that still rings true. When I passed you on the street that day, should've let that red sky fly away, like any chance I had of keeping you. Like the northern wind blowing, yeah, my lonely heart was frozen. Never knew I'd find a way to break yours too. Where the wind blows, baby, you can bet I'll be riding high with it, holding on for my dear life just like I always did. Close your eyes, babe, take a breath, say my name and I'll be there. My love will find you anywhere, any
Ireland Drink Fest.
I wish I might find it in your heart, stick around. I hate it at the end this way. Tomorrow is a brand new day, and the chances here in love are precious few. If someone's out there waiting for a sweet good time and lady to make you smile the way I always wanted to. Where the wind blows, baby, you can bet I'll be riding high with it, holding on for my dear life just like I always did. Close your eyes, baby, take a breath, say my name and I'll be there. My love will find you anywhere, anywhere, my love.
Yeah, so check that out on YouTube. It's under Zach Brown.
Yeah, it's directed by Griff, by the way. He's one of our top guys.
If you guys saw the Community, the 8-Bit Community episode,
Yeah.
he did that.
Yeah.
Almost single-handedly, which is
one of the best episodes.
so good, so funny. Dan Harmon, amazing, super talented genius. Don't know what's going to happen with season 4 without him. It's whatever. But
he's gonna actually direct season 2 of China, Illinois as well.
Griff
Griff. Sorry, yeah, he's really amazing. He's so mellow. I like him.
What's up, Griff? Shout out to Griff. You better be listening to this, you fucker. He's probably not. He's at home beating off right now.
Beating off to listening to this.
Yeah.
Giving massages.
Getting toe massages.
Dreaming about massages.
Actually, that Zach Brown record is actually, they're doing a thing on iTunes right now where you can listen to it for free before you buy, which I think is very, very cool.
That's awesome.
On iTunes, they're doing that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I
cool.
Looked at it the other day.
Isn't that how they're doing all music now? Because they're sort of like, hey, check this out. Because music, people really don't buy CDs. They just download them. So it's like, here, just check it out and see if you like it, then download it.
Yeah, I think the donation thing is the way to go. Like, hey, just give me what you want to give me.
Or Spotify, I mean, I like Spotify the best.
But they don't pay.
What?
Spotify does not pay the artist. I forget who it was recently.
I thought they get something from it.
They get shit for it, I guess. I guess
maybe
Pandora,
I don't like Spotify anymore, guys.
I love Spotify. I'm a member of Spotify and Pandora, and both of them I heard.
Maybe I like it again.
Yeah.
You're confusing me. Should I like it or hate it?
No, I do it, but somebody recently told me that they don't pay the artists at all.
That's bullshit.
I think they do, though. I mean, whoever told you that must be lying.
I can't remember.
They're being paid by another corporation. But this other one, Legalith, they pay artists. Never heard of it. Legalith.com? I don't know. It's a brand new music channel.
Hey, why do you have the Olive Garden over there?
There's this inside joke. I also co-host the Joe Rogan podcast and I used to always use the word Olive Garden as a generic reference as a restaurant.
You know what? I love Joe Rogan after all that Carlos Mencia stuff.
I made that video.
That's so. It was like I'd never watched him before, and then I started watching him. I was like, man, that guy's awesome.
Yeah, I filmed and edited that video.
Good job, dude.
And now
Redban's kind of a genius.
Yeah, that's.
But the Olive Garden thing is like I would always mention Olive Garden podcast, and all these people online were like, "Does Brian get paid by the Olive Garden?" Everyone thought I was working for the Olive Garden. And so
you get like the same pasta that always tastes exactly the same. Here's this Olive Garden pasta, exactly like it tasted 7 years ago. It's like.
Yeah,
it's always the same.
That's exactly right. But now it's gotten to the point where Joe thought I was working for the Olive Garden, so it's an inside joke that now people just scream Olive Garden at me when I'm walking down the street.
Really? You're like, are you paying me for dinner for the Olive Garden?
Awesome.
And you go up and hassle.
When are you going to take me to the Olive Garden?
I got 5 gift certificates. If you ever want to go to the
I
Olive
wanna
Garden,
go to
people
the
are
Olive
sending
Garden.
me
Get
gift
paid by
certificates.
Get those baguettes and the weird
They don't.
pasta that tastes like
okay.
the same that I had 7 years
So
ago.
I'm going to admit to something. I'm getting liposuction on Saturday.
What?
Yeah,
and
well,
Olive Garden right
It's
afterwards.
revisional. So the best
It's going
part-
straight to the Olive Garden for their pasta.
So the best part about getting revisional liposuction is that I'm going. Well, because I had it done years ago. And
What
they
is
fucked it up.
revisional?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay, so think about Tara Reid. So I have to go get some shit fixed.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because it looks weird when I get naked. So I'm getting revisional surgery on Saturday, and I'm so excited because this week my doctor was like, get as fat as you possibly can. It's like, I want you to get as fat as you can this week. So for breakfast, I had cupcakes and eggs Benedict.
Fucking serious?
Good for you.
You're just drinking lard. This is chocolate lard. It's not just lard, fucker. It's chocolate lard. Just chugging fat.
I've been prepping.
Heavy creams.
I've been prepping for that for a year now. For a year, I've been prepping for that surgery. Eating whatever I could. Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I'm getting revisional surgery too. To get rid of this giant
tomorrow-
gut. Revisional surgery.
Awesome looking. Yeah.
I spent $14 last night at 7-Eleven just on food, and all of it you had to open.
Did you shop
so awesome? All in a weird plastic packaging.
Right.
It's totally moist inside this packaging.
There's nothing better than going grocery shopping at 7-Eleven.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I'm totally ripped under all this fat.
Right.
Just letting everybody know that I got a six-pack under all this fat.
Come back in a couple podcasts.
Revisional. Fucking 8-pack, son.
It's literally been the best week of my life. So I actually lost a bunch of weight with this app called MyFitnessPal because I get naked for a living. I have to look. I turned 28. I just did a MILF.
You young girl.
I just did a MILF movie, and I've got not one but 2 gigs later this month for a plus-size lingerie company to do their catalog. So my time getting naked is coming to an end, but I'm gonna go for another year.
Right on.
But yeah, it's been the best week ever because I get fat, and next week they're just eat steak. Now, for the week after surgery, we just want you to eat as much steak as you can.
You got a pretty good job there. Just pound lard, then eat steak.
Right?
Then get filmed having sex.
Yeah.
Then do it again. Revisional. It's like every year. It's time for, it's like Logan's Run, like your little little clock watch is like, it's lit up again. Revisional surgery time. Soothing sounds of
How
revisional
does it work?
surgery.
Does it hurt?
Does it hurt?
I think they put her out. She's under.
No,
but after that, healing and shit, because they go under your skin.
The first time I had it done by a total butcher, which was an awful experience. Yeah.
Tijuana?
Yeah. No, it was at this super nice place on the Upper East Side of New York, and they totally fucked my shit up, and I've been dealing with it for years, and so I'm finally now getting it fixed. And they don't put you out for it, which is the weird part. So they get you high as fuck. I'm gonna be on Dilaudid and all sorts of craziness.
Right.
But they do not. They want you because it's only a 30-minute surgery, so you're awake the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do they numb you?
Yeah.
You should just be like, I don't need any of that. Just do it straight. See what that feels like.
Yeah.
Well, the thing after
Don't
Give me
do
that
that.
vacuum. Yeah.
the weird thing afterwards is that you have to wear a girdle for 2 weeks. So
wow.
yeah, it's gonna be. Hey, anyone got a medical girdle fetish?
That's right.
Hit me up on Twitter.
She's going to have it on for 2 weeks, guys. Get those cameras.
I'm going to be stuck in bed. It's probably going to smell weird.
Yep.
Get you some.
Nuts.
The sights and smells of the medical girdle. I smell a documentary. Redban, get on it.
I'll do it.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of Mike Judge, I don't know if you could find, there's he did this experimental film for I think it was the Spike and Mike, and it was just, that's one of my favorite ones where it's just this film contestant guy. This guy's in charge of talking about films, and he just starts going, film, 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 and then he gets hit with a sledgehammer.
Why is Mike Judge so amazing?
You know, I'm going to tell
so
you why.
amazing.
I'm going to tell you why. I've worked in Hollywood for 9 years now with Titmouse. And Mike Judge comes for his second time. He's like, well, on my way right outside of Titmouse, I saw this tranny outside crying with a broken mirror in his hand. And I'm like, wow, he's a genius. I think he has a knack for noticing shit that's intense that people don't notice.
No, we just see it all the time. That's why because there's trannies on Lexington. It's a transvestite street.
But
Lexington
crying with a broken mirror,
I know,
you know
but
what I mean?
Come
The
on, we've
image
seen
is
the
amazing.
tranny with the cut off hand
Sure.
inside the bike. We're like, I don't notice it.
The fact is,
There's 30 cartoons every day, but we're like, we got the blinders on.
The fact is, he notices, takes notes,
writes
and
shit
puts
down.
it in his.
That's why he's a millionaire and we're not.
Can we go back to tranny with no hand and a bicycle?
No, it's
What?
like a rubber hand in the spoke wheel. And it's she's always, it's Junpei's girlfriend, guys.
Yeah, Junpei. Her name is Paula. I'd like to, in the MOOC, to get back to the MOOC, I tried to track her down because one of the first, for edition 2, we got Francine Dancer to do a drawing. We got Francine Dancer to do a drawing to open the MOOC. We tried to have somebody of our community do something. We had I can't remember his name, but he's a homeless guy in our neighborhood also for the first one. Francine Dancer is this weird lady in a wheelchair, and we usually give them $50 and try to get a drawing out of them. And
so you're supporting.
We were trying to get Paula to get to do, but every time I come close to her, she's on her pink bike with her little basket, her miniskirt, and I'm like, hey. She's so harassed all day long. So if she hears that, you never know, please contact us. We'd love for you to do the drawing for MOOC number 3.
And you can buy Mook 1 and 2 at titmousestuff.com. Also, there's a kick-ass coloring book, which I'm very curious about. Do you guys ever go to Drink and Draw?
A couple times. The one downtown
really?
that's run by Dave.
Yeah.
I've gone a couple times. Not enough times. Matt, you go a lot, right?
Yeah, I've been there. Dude. My friend who goes there, her mom was the one that drew heavy metal, the hot chick in heavy metal.
Oh, Tarna?
I don't know.
The
her
heavy
mom's
metal
name.
movie.
Yeah.
The girl riding on the weird dinosaur.
Yes,
That's Tarna.
that was her.
I'm so much of a nerd that I know that.
So her mom's responsibility to draw.
Well, his mom is awesome.
Vignette did you jerk off to in heavy metal?
Which one? What?
Which vignette did you jerk off to in heavy metal?
All of them?
All of them? Wow.
High five going on.
Yeah.
All right, wait. Not the guy riding in the astronaut outfit at the beginning. I was just getting a chub right then. So then I had to wait. And then I was like, all right, now we're in.
Wait, what do you mean by vignette?
She's talking about, how each sequence had then the weird orb was like, then my power grew, and then go to another sequence. Oh, it's the Bernie Wrightson one with the weird.
Okay.
So
it's just, yeah. I had vignettes all.
Right, he does vignettes, and he's thinking color correction. Add the vignette to that.
Yeah.
Vignette, a screen which is dithers from the sides. Color in the middle. Vignette.
Yeah,
this is
it's darkening the edges of the
See, that was my French. You want to hear my Italian?
I usually jerk
Hey,
off to
come on
vignettes.
over here. This is my French. Come on over here. Get a croissant. Come on over. Yo,
He's terrible.
Hey.
He's the worst. Can you do the French accent?
Hey.
Je ne comprends pas le
Yo,
français. Je suis américaine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
She beats me. Hey, Benacalina, come on over here and get the
He
croissant.
Italian. Yeah.
Croissant à la mulette. Fucking Matt Taylor. Come on and get some of my sauce.
Je vais boire quelque chose.
The worst.
Oh.
I have some stuff to teach you.
Hey,
So you
look.
can say-
Look.
Teach me to say something even dirtier in French. I've got the good tranny porno voice today.
What's the worst thing you want to say?
I used to know how to say suck my dick. It's like sauce mi bite.
Suce ma bite.
Sus mi bite.
Why
Yeah.
would you need to know that?
Sauce me.
Because I can also
Ryan's
say it in
dirty
Russian.
little secret.
I can also say. I used to be able to. Susui muy hui suka.
That seems complicated.
The only thing I
Sus mi
want to know
meat.
how to learn in every language
They
is
have the most
get a
complex
beer,
sex.
find a bathroom, and tell someone to do something disgusting to
Sauce
me.
ma meat. Is it ma meat?
Mi culos
What'd
muy
you say?
Sorry, I was drinking beer with it.
beat.
Sauce ma, what is it?
Suce ma bite.
Sauce ma beat.
Yeah.
Sus ma
Beat.
bite.
And it's spelled like bite. So for
Suce
any
ma bite.
French person, when you see, Kit Kat Big Bite,
Right?
I sent it to my mom. I was like, look at what they eat here.
They're just eating chocolate dicks.
Yeah,
These
Big Bites.
Americans
Yeah.
chugging lard and eating chocolate cocks.
Yeah, you know that delivery service called La Bite?
No.
That's how we would call. Yeah, I thought it was a
Bite.
joke. Yeah, LA Bite.
Wow,
Yeah.
the French people must think we're just stupid, right? Guys, we're all dumb. Whatever.
They do, don't they? They think we're all stupid, right?
Pretentious Frenchies.
No. I mean, I live here. I chose to live here. And
See,
I
that's
think-
you.
But you're here for
smart.
the feet.
and
though.
I'm probably I drink Miller Lite, and I'm probably the most redneck French guy you can ever meet. So
Speaking of dumb Americans, you guys also Mike Judge's amazing film about the future.
Oh yeah, this is one of the best
Movie
his
I've ever
movies
seen, ever.
I rewatched
It is-
Office Space last night, by the way, and I totally forgot about the original. What is it, Wilford, that he used to do the
Totally.
the old skits. What was that on the MTV show, Jude or Liquid Television or something?
Yeah, I'd
like
forgotten
that?
about that too.
Yeah,
we're actually revamping Liquid Television.
are you really?
Yep.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah,
I'm verklempt.
we are curating the new. They are launching. It's a very slow burn. They actually launched last year, right, Ben? Yeah, and we're doing a bunch of videos and new stuff for it. They are really trying hard without a lot of means, but it's cool. We love it.
Yeah, that was what I have every single Liquid Television episode on VHS.
Holly,
and with all the commercials.
My girlfriend is the original Lips of Liquid Television.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she grew up in San Francisco, and she was 16, and they had 150 people trying out for the Lips, and they were like, we need someone with really good sensuous
Whoa, those
La
lips
bite
are 16-year-old lips.
La bite.
Le suca la bite lips, and she got the role. So those metal lips that you see in every single episode, that's her.
Wow,
just called her out on it.
That is amazing.
That's my woman. Those are her lips, guys.
Well, that's a perfect show to make a reboot of any of the shows. I would love to see that. I would also love to see Voltron rebooted, which
they're doing that already.
They did it already.
It was a company in Canada, Kickstarter.
Did they do it good? I didn't even see it.
That's your answer.
Well, I mean, rebooted good.
The head writer for Motor Cities was the writer for Voltron last season.
But they're doing another reboot
Todd,
of Voltron.
Right? Todd Garfield. Todd Garfield. That's writing season 2 of Motor City.
I Heart
which
Chaos.
we won't talk about. Wrote for Voltron.
Or not Transformers, but Robotech would be another one. I think the old Macross, at least with Mime and all that stuff was.
You're into giant robots.
Yeah,
you're gonna see Pacific Rim.
No, I've never seen.
No, Guillermo del Toro is doing a movie. It's all kaiju monsters fighting giant robots. Wow. Live action.
No way.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's going to blow people away.
It's going to be good.
So they had that at Comic-Con. I didn't get to any of those panels, so I just had people describe them to me.
Dude, the whole panel situation is out of control. I really wanted to go to the Doctor Who panel, but the Whovians were lining up. The Doctor Who panel was Sunday at noon. They were in line by 7 p.m. Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And sleeping out.
Fuck that noise.
Yeah, they came without pillows and sleeping bags.
Hey, people who run Comic-Con, if you're listening to this, start Comic-Con on Monday and have preview night on Monday.
Yeah.
And then have the rest of Comic-Con over a week so you could spread some of those panels out because it
I'll
gets
do
crazy.
2 or 3 sessions.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, repeat it. Like
Screenings.
you can't do. They have 4 panels at the same time, and they're all like you have to stand outside for a day.
Did you hear that they're moving Comic-Con next year?
No, they're not doing it.
They're not doing that?
No, they're expanding the San Diego. They have this entire area mapped out. Like it's right behind the Marriott and behind the convention center.
Right.
That's going to be more rooms and more buildings. So they're expanding it, but I just think they got to do a longer convention. You know, it's MegaCon now. It's like got TV, movies. It's like all the comic book people are getting squashed down. It's like they're getting pissed.
Someone got stabbed last year.
Really?
Yeah. With a mechanical pencil. Remember?
In the eye.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was like, you're sitting in my seat. I've been here for 7 days.
Pencil?
Yeah, mechanical pencil.
Does that hurt? Yeah. It must hurt.
Well, it just
fighting
was a
over
scratch.
panel,
It was a scratch.
A scratch. Oh,
He didn't lose his eye.
Yeah, it's like.
He still got stabbed in the eye.
That sounds like nerd fight. You know?
It was like, you're in my chair.
Yeah, exactly.
Mechanical pencil.
Yeah, what's the best? Best weapon you have?
You better get out of my chair. I'll stab you with my
like-
pencil. No, you won't. That went on for like 10 minutes.
Who do you think would win?
You're not gonna
roller
do
or
it.
mechanical pencil?
I'll show you who's going to win. I've got my mechanical pencil.
Really, you can get like that nice thwap across the
Yeah,
face.
but what if you get stabbed?
Well, there are actually 2 other comic book conventions that are coming up in September, and I'm going to be at both. I'm really
Kamikaze.
excited. Kamikaze.
Gonna be there.
I'm super excited about. And then also Morrison Con in Vegas, which my friend James Syme at Isotope is determined to make it the line-free comic book convention. So I'm super excited to see it. Like,
Well, let me just, you went there. I'm going there with you. Morrison Con. I got a beef with that. Tell everyone who's listening how much it costs to go to Morrison Con.
well, your hotel room's included in
Just
the cost
say
of the
it.
ticket. It's,
That's why it's
Just say
it's
how much it
line-free.
is. How much is it?
it's like $600.
Yeah, it's like
What?
$675 for 2 days.
2 days. So 2
And you're like going to
hotel
Vegas
days.
where you can have a motel for $20.
Yeah.
But you don't want to stay in those motels.
I'm just saying, like Hard Rock Cafe, okay, it's $135.
Is it at the Hard Rock?
Yeah.
When is it?
It is. It's on my calendar.
And it's sold out, too.
It's the 28th, 29th, and 30th. Oh, it's sold out?
It's sold out.
I'm so happy.
I was blown away because I was like, really? $650? Morrison has got some serious fans. I love Grant Morrison, but I was like,
Well, there's the
Yo,
local
that's just
package,
crazy.
which is for. Well, the reason that the tickets are expensive is that you are paying for an exclusive experience, and you are paying for less lines, less people, and more of an opportunity to interact with the people that create the projects that you care about. So there is, how else do you?
I get it.
How else do you give people that experience without making it like Comic-Con where?
Yeah, if you made a titmouse at convention,
$3,000 per person.
No,
just because Grant Morrison started it, now it's going to be expensive.
No, you have to do the Louis C.K. model. Where you have to
it
follow.
would be $100, but because of Grant Morrison, 3,000 guys. Ben, Ben's a producer. How much? Number crunch quickly. 5,000. You heard it here first. 5,000 exclusive. Hang out with the Moulette Master, Antonio Canobbio, for a week. Mouillette. $5,000, guys. Thank you, Grant Morrison.
I
You just
get it
made us
though.
some
Like
money.
if I was a fan of Titmouse's like shit, like to the extreme, like you walk in my apartment, there's posters everywhere, and there's probably one out of every 100 people might have this. That would be perfect to spend $600 and get like what she's saying, like no lines, being able to see and talk. Because whatever that shit is, I went at Comic-Con. That was not worth like I got in free, but that was not worth any ticket price. That was a clusterfuck of bullshit. And if I really wanted, like I'm a huge Adventure Time freak. If I really wanted to like really do all that shit, that's impossible. I would have to have got there at 8 a.m.
Right.
I'd have to like just been like wasted my whole entire day just to get whatever I wanted.
Guys,
to
you
do.
just turned it around for me. I think it's worth it now, and we're going to do
it. But when is
sit
it?
next to Brendan Small in the Toki room?
What day? What
$4,000.
What day
it's
is
filled
it,
with teddy bears. Yeah, we're going to do it, guys. We're making it. It's happening. 2013, the Titmouse Convention.
What month is it? What month is this?
It'll probably be in August.
Actually,
I have no idea.
Didn't you give tours away?
Kamikaze is the 15th
Kickstarter
and 16th of
Oh,
September.
yeah.
You gave tours, right?
Oh yeah, a couple people bought tours for the Kickstarter. So yeah, I mean, it does make it makes sense. I just remember that's the first convention that I ever heard of that I was like, and Steve Niles put it on his Facebook, like, can you believe that? And I was like, yeah, that's weird. But if you add in the hotel room and all the extra exclusive stuff, I guess, I mean, I just like reading Grant Morrison stuff. I have zero desire to meet him.
It's not just Grant Morrison. There's a
Jim Lee's going to be. No, I know
Jim
there's
Lee's
a ton
coming.
of people, but I don't know. I think sometimes
Gabriel Ba is supposed to come, which is super exciting because Umbrella Academy was fantastic. It's going to be a really interesting insider event.
All right, I'll listen to your podcast when you're from there.
Well, if it's this summer, Death Squad starts rehab this Sunday. Every Sunday at the Hard Rock, we're doing live podcasts from rehab. So I don't know if it's going to be during that rehab season. But if it is, then we'll be there already with Death Squad. Yeah, any Sunday. If you're anyone here in this room, if you're in Vegas, any Sunday, come stop by rehab and get on a podcast.
Yeah,
cool.
It's awesome.
Kamikaze is the 15th and 16th of September. Morrison Con is the 28th.
And
29th
Kamikaze is really great. I went last year, and this gal Regina was running it, and a lot of my friends were like, "Hey, I don't know what Kamikaze is," and another one of my pals, Oscar, was helping program stuff. So he's like, "Hey, John, do you want to help program an Adult Swim thing?" So it was like the day before. So I asked Carl Jones for Black Dynamite, and I asked Jackson Public happened to just be in town from Venture Brothers. Like, hey, you want to be on this panel? We're just going to just do it. Mm-hmm. And it was really fun. We packed the place, and it was like, not just that panel, but all of Kamikaze was super packed. Way more than people thought it would be.
Now that Kamikaze is teamed up with Stan Lee, it's going to be even bigger. I have to say, one of my favorite parties, my second favorite party at Comic-Con this past year was the Kamikaze party on Thursday night, where I had a blast.
We were there. We got there really late.
Did you see me there? I was there as Wonder Woman.
I got there really late, and it was like they had just cleared out, like the VIP room was like a madhouse, and Regina
That's where I saw you.
Yeah, Regina was in the back, and I just jumped behind the bar and just started pouring people vodka. I was like bartending for like a half hour. I was so lit. It was really fun.
I was there too.
I missed you.
I was dressed as Wonder Woman. I was kind of hard to miss.
I got a photo.
I would have seen that.
Yeah.
I played it earlier. I showed it earlier.
Let's see her as Wonder Woman. You got a picture?
Yeah, I'll find it. Hold on.
And if you go to the Kamikaze website, there should be pictures of me with Stan Lee as Wonder Woman.
Damn.
Ah, that's cool.
That's awesome. He was like, I should have created you. That's my Stan Lee impersonation. Totally sounds like him, right, guys?
Totally.
I should have created you.
We had a good time. Actually, Brian took me out with Sam Tripoli to go get some sweet, sweet shawarma.
That's not Stan Lee.
Oh, that's me.
Why didn't you send me this picture? I love this picture.
Yeah. You said you hate it. This is when, by the way, me and you were both blacked out. We were with a group of people.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
And I don't remember doing this either, but Sam said that both of us, me and you, were cross-eyed the whole time. And that's how he knew we were drunk. Wow. that we both get cross-eyed.
It wasn't the fact that I was doing shots of Tussin.
I don't know. You're doing shots of Tussin on top of alcohol.
Oh, yeah. I know how to party. So I think that's our show. Is this our show?
Are we out of stuff to talk about, guys?
I don't think we're out.
All right. Okay, well, we'll keep going. If we can keep. I got to dance with Nathan Fillion.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Which was the best thing ever because I wanted to go to the Serenity panel, but it was packed.
Yep.
And then I accidentally ended up like back dancing this dude, and it turned around and it was Nathan Fillion. And I was like, Nathan, I'm so glad that I get to meet you because I can tell you that like Han totally shot first. Because if Greedo shot first, your character wouldn't have existed.
What?
And getting to say that to Nathan Fillion was my highlight of Comic-Con.
I was hoping that Joss Whedon was going to announce that he was going to do a Firefly 2 movie. at that panel. That's what I thought. It was like, I got a big announcement, and then they're like, just keep watching it. And I was like, there wasn't a big announcement like that, you know, hey, people like Firefly and like Serenity. It was like, yo, now that Joss Whedon just made the biggest movie ever, they should just be like, yo, here's $20 million, just make Firefly 2 and just make the Avengers 2. Yeah. That's part of the deal.
Right.
That should be part of the deal, guys.
Yeah.
Start writing in.
Did you guys see the new Spider-Man?
No.
Not yet.
I'm not particularly interested.
Yeah, me neither. It looks kind of like I already saw it before.
You did.
Like it looks like 3 movies and 2 of them are good.
Yeah, just
looks like the third ending movie might be cool, but the first 2 parts of the other 2 movies that it is.
Yeah,
because it's like 2.5 hours. I'm going to see Dark Knight tomorrow, so I'm excited about that.
I can't wait.
You know, they're actually screening Dark Knight. You know how much I love you guys? Is that I was invited to go see Dark Knight at 8 p.m. tonight, and I was like, can I go do my podcast?
You're pretty awesome.
They're doing it right up the street here in Pasadena.
I think, really?
Yeah. We can go hit up the after party, see who's over there. What's up?
See if Robin's around. Hey, Robin.
I certainly hope Robin's there.
Are they ever going to make Robin actually a legit character?
I don't think they are. You know what's weird? I just did a little news article for Fox News like two days ago. And they're like, it was about why Robin is not in any of the Batman movies. And I was like, did you see Batman and Robin? Yeah. Like, it was like ice-capades with Robin and nipples. And it was like, if that didn't kill Robin for everyone, I don't know why you're even asking me. But I told him, you know what? Why Robin was created? Because in the 1940s, millions of comics, each issue, millions of people bought one issue of Batman, and it was mainly kids. And so they're like, hey, they need a kid character so that they can be like, that's me with Batman. So that's why Bob Kane introduced a smaller, younger kid as Batman's sidekick, because kids were like, I could imagine that was them. So that was the 40s, and that worked for the 50s. And then the later 50s, Batman started getting weird and going to outer space and having composite Batman fights, and stuff got just weird. And then the 60s, the Batman TV show came out, and Marvel started making better comics. So DC was in a weird funk and kind of strange in the 70s. I don't know if you guys remember how weird DC was in the 70s. I'm old. But anyway.
I don't do soups.
So, yeah. So Robin just was not a factor. And then Dark Knight came out, Frank Miller's Dark Knight, and it was a chick. And I was like, wow, that's a cool reinvention. Now, if you do Robin as a girl, that would make more sense than the Joel Schumacher Robin.
Wait a minute. There was one of those Miller Batmans I don't like. Batman Miller. There's the 2 good ones, and then there's the shitty one.
Right, the newer one, the Dark Knight Returns. That's horrible.
The one where she's in roller skates, and with the Atom, and it's like the worst.
It's unreadable. I only read one of them, and I was like, "Yep, not going to read them."
Yeah, no, you read the 2, and then you try to.
That one doesn't exist. It's like The Matrix. Only one movie exists. The other 2 are not part of it.
If I ever see those Wachowski brothers, whatever, I need 4 hours and $18. Fuck them.
Yeah. They ruined the first movie. I sold all of them. Like, I never bought the first 2, but I sold The Matrix. And then recently rebought it, like, last year on Blu-ray, because I was like, it's just one movie, and that's the one I'm going to remember.
Yeah.
So
everything else was so
unreal.
angry. So angry.
Yeah. Super angry. Especially everybody loved The Matrix, you know?
It was so good.
I bought 2 tickets the night it opened because I was, like, so psyched. I was like, there's no way this movie isn't going to be awesome. I'm going to see it twice.
I think I was like...
And I came out and got back in line. I was like... People were like, "You just saw it?" I was like, "It's incredible!" And everybody in the theater was blown up.
Did you like the next 2 or the animation?
You know what? No, we were just talking about how horrible the next 2 were, but the Animatrix was okay.
No, there were great
in the
things.
Animatrix. Yeah, parts of that were cool.
I didn't mind the second one. I thought the second one was fine. Third one,
hated it. Keymaster,
awful.
So dumb. Ghost. Just stupid characters. Like, why is the other next generation of Star Trek who aren't Star Trek in the movie? Right. And why is there a funky, weird dance sequence with everybody looks like they're from The Postman, which tattered? It's like I thought Zion was going to be like super futuristic and crazy, and they just so many missed opportunities. It's just unreal that they went with the most simplistic Bible-style story.
Do you ever think you'll ever do a full-length picture, like or have you done a full
tit mouse,
like a full tit mouse?
We're working on it. That's the
full tit.
Well, we're working on a lot of things like
Tits
that.
for days.
Yeah, you guys seem like you have your hands in like every single thing possible.
You know, we have our niche, which is pretty much doing TV series. And we do also music videos and short format stuff. Now, we would love to tell a long story over a couple hours. Mm-hmm. That would be awesome. I think animation gets boring over 120 minutes.
The Grimm Fairy Tales thing, the idea is to make it a heavy metal movie. Mm-hmm. So that's the whole, we're making this pilot, and then we either sell it as a feature film or we sell it as a series. But I'd like to sell it as a movie because I think that was my initial idea. I was like, let's make a new heavy metal because for some reason they can't make heavy metal. They've been trying to make it for like 30 years.
Yeah.
It keeps going to different people. It's like, I know Rodriguez is making one.
Oh,
so
really?
And it's going to be all 3D and stuff. So, and he's good. I mean, finally he's going to make Sin City 2. He's making Machete 2. So I'm excited about his.
Machete 2 is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
But yeah, to answer your question, we have a lot of projects we want to bring to long length. And it's just a difficult thing to put together, first of all, to find funding. And I mean, Jon found funding for the first 11 minutes of his thing.
Well, because I want to make an R-rated animated film, and that's like somehow taboo in our culture.
I love R-rated animated films.
Everywhere else.
Favorite.
But I know hundreds of thousands of people here in America want to see one, but it's like
Rita
getting
and
the
Chico
network.
movie just won the Oscar, and like it got no distribution here in the U.S. And that was an R-rated movie. And
Yeah,
there was
it's
that
weird.
Paprika from Japan was an
Which is
amazing
incredible, right?
R-rated animated film.
One of my favorites, Paprika.
Yeah.
And my neighbor Totoro 2, which was completely
R-rated.
R-rated tentacle porn.
I don't remember
shit.
that one. Are they making side projects at Ghibli?
I do like that movie. That, by the way, that my neighbor Totoro or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, it's
Years
awesome.
ago. Yeah,
Of course,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
eerie.
That's a classic.
Well, all of Miyazaki's films are incredible.
I'm so upset that I didn't hear about his remake of The Borrowers, which was one of my favorite books growing
It's
up as
incredible.
a child.
Arietti, it's amazing.
And there was like no distribution on it. I didn't find out about it until it was like in one theater.
It
That's
came
like
and
30
went,
miles
and we
away.
went like the second weekend, and it was so beautiful. I told everyone, it was like, where is it playing? Nowhere. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah, that just didn't get promoted the right way. And
What's it called?
it's called
Arietti.
Arietti, Arietty.
And The Borrowers is like an award-winning children's series, like young adult series that I grew up
Did you like that
reading.
movie? Because I was about to watch that last night, but I ended up watching Office Space.
What movie?
The Borrows or the
Arietti?
Oh, that's the movie you're talking about, the
Yeah.
little people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you watch it?
It's on Netflix.
Wait, what?
Or it's
Really?
on
No.
It's
on
no.
pay-per-view.
It's on pay-per-view. It's on
Because
pay-per-view.
my daughter watched it.
Charter.
Yeah.
Or AT&T Uverse is what I saw it on.
I need to find someone with cable. I'm not allowed to have
Hey,
cable.
I got a Tempur-Pedic
You have
bed.
cats.
No.
This is why our love can never be. You have cats.
I could get rid of cats very easily. It's called opening the door.
They're in the storage unit now. Come over. They're like, no. They're in the storage unit. It's not soundproof yet. You're like, it must be soundproof.
No, but I didn't know that's okay. So now I'm looking at it. That's exactly. I saw it and it looked really good. So you saw it and it was good.
It's great.
I'm going to watch it tonight. Awesome.
Speaking of Miyazaki, there's a video game that I saw at Comic-Con that's all Miyazaki designed. The Studio Ghibli designed it.
That's awesome.
And I was
Yeah.
watching it.
I saw that.
I
I
think
couldn't.
saw it at E3.
I took a picture. No,
It was right at the entrance.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So
and I was
so
like,
well
when's
done.
this coming out? March, and you have to have a PlayStation 3. And I was like, God damn it.
Where is your PlayStation 3?
I don't have one.
Really?
I have
No,
one.
I have an Xbox. I have to get one.
I have one.
Bastards.
It sucks.
Don't you need to watch Blu-rays?
I have a Blu-ray player. I just bought my own.
You know,
Blu-ray player.
it's crazy.
Antonio can buy a separate Blu-ray player.
You know what? The PlayStation 3
I know
is the
that,
best.
but
I don't know if you knew that.
You would buy both.
PlayStation
I
3 is the
know.
best Blu-ray player. Also, it's
God damn
it's
it.
constantly updated with firmwares, and it's got the higher end processor. So like if you buy like a Blu-ray player, you can update the firmware, but a lot of times the hardware is not strong enough to get like it's like getting an iPhone 4 or a 4S where like the 3 doesn't get the same kind of updates.
It's called Nino Kuni.
So you're not
Nino
you're
Kuni.
not just sponsored by the Olive Garden. You also
No, this is PlayStation.
PS3, yeah,
you can
yeah.
watch us in PlayStation Home in the movie theaters at Death Squad's.
And it's basically
features.
running around. You're running around like a Studio Ghibli character. It's called Nino Kuni.
Nino
Nino Kuni.
Nino Kuni.
Ninokuni.
I want to touch on video games very, very briefly because, as you guys may know, I suck at console games. But I want to start playing Diablo 3 because I was told I can play it on my MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
and it's fucking easy.
Can someone send me a link to the best gaming mouse? Because I'm going to put it on the Muff Said just set up wish list.
Well, I recommend the Tron mouse, which is you can buy
that's pretty
on
cool.
clearance right now on Amazon.
Really?
Why is it on clearance?
Because the movie wasn't as good as...
I'm sorry, my tits hurt. If you were giving me a
that's
look, 'cause
fine.
I
She's
need to
just
hold
squeezing
on
her
to them.
tits, guys.
Yeah,
They're swollen.
I'm going to see this trailer. Here's the trailer of that video game you were talking about, though.
I will taint his heart with the blackness of despair. Shudar stole a piece of her heart. I defied him, and to punish me, he did this.
Then we have to help her. We have to make her heart whole again. She's not in pain because a piece of her heart was stolen. It's because you gave up fighting.
Just so you know, that's all in game. Like you control these characters, and it looks just like this.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this isn't just. I can't believe it's so incredible. Like I was running around with those animated characters looking just like that, all the backgrounds, texture map just like that.
Yeah, it looks like cell shaded, kind of Zelda-ish.
Yeah.
Xbox.
It's really cool.
PS3.
Just PS3.
PS3.
That's why I was forced to buy one. Finally, they got me.
Just in time for
You've
PS4.
been saying that for 2 years, though.
Well, this time I'm going to say it again.
Wow.
The futility of their hope.
Well, that looks great.
As I knew you would.
What video games are you guys playing right now?
I've been playing
I'm a
Borderlands.
Sorry, I'm a Blizzard fan, so I play Diablo 3, and I
should I get started on Diablo 3 or will it suck my life?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so because the game's very, very basic. Maybe online. I haven't done the online thing.
What?
I'm into basic games. Like, I really am. Like I play a lot of stripped down RPGs on my iPad and I'm obsessed.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. I do that too on the iPhone.
What are you playing?
That's toilet game.
It's toilet game.
That you play on the toilet. Yeah. Wait.
Wait, how do you say it in French? Toilette.
Kingdom Rush.
Kingdom Rush.
So when you're snapping one off, you recommend Kingdom Rush.
That's right.
I need a new one because Heroes Call, I'm refusing to give them money. And it's like free to play, but you have to wait like X amount of time for your next quest. So they're trying to get the micropayment. So now I'm just trying to balance as many games as possible.
Yeah.
Stack them.
Yeah.
And World of Warcraft, I used to be on that for a very long time. I just stopped. I'm waiting for the expansion.
Hey, I had quit smoking for 3 days, and now I'm smoking again, guys. Just a lot of stress happening.
Congratulations.
3 days you quit?
For 3 days. I'm going to quit again
Hey,
this
that's
weekend.
3 days without smoking, so I'm sorry. I'm going to upload.
If you want any help, I'll bum a cigarette off
Yes,
for you.
please bum one.
You know how you should try those e-cigarettes.
No, they suck because right now I only have an e-cigarette left. I'm out of cigarettes. I've been sucking on this one over here, and they do not work. They don't give anything.
Yeah, I'm just cold turkey, but it didn't work. 3 days. Then it'll be 7 days.
The turkey was pretty warm.
The turkey was cold, guys.
I don't know. I used to be a 2-pack a day smoker.
Really?
Yeah.
When'd you quit? How long ago?
I quit maybe about 22. Wow. So
like 14 years ago?
Yes, 14 years ago.
It's fucking crazy to quit that stuff.
He quit. How many years ago?
I quit, right before Simone.
You were the least Frenchman with your Miller Lite. You're not smoking?
No. Right before Simone, my daughter was born.
Yeah.
I quit 2 months prior to that, and I would almost get into fist fight on the street. People had to separate me. Juno had to separate me one time. I was just going nuts.
Yeah, I was starting to sketch out today. That's why I was like...
Yeah, I saw you.
He saw me earlier.
Right
he brought in some other people, and he was like, say hi to John. I was like, what's up? I was like super aggro. And I was like, because I was like bubbling up, and I was like, yo, I better just... Now is not the right time. I'm going to wait till because I'm in the middle of storyboarding. It's just all this stuff is hit me today. So
I went to see him, and I was like, what's up, dude? Are you okay? Because I never see him this way. I didn't know he quit. He had a cigarette in his hand. He was like, no, everything's fine, dude.
Yeah. Drugs.
Yeah, it's horrible, that thing. Yeah.
I got to say, this is the best shampoo I've ever drank in my life.
It's pretty good shampoo.
This is gluten-free shampoo, guys. It's called St. Peter's Sorghum Beer.
Grass-fed.
It's grass-fed from sorghum. Mm-hmm. What is sorghum? Because I want to say it's some weird town in Finland, but it's probably not.
No.
Sorghum is a genesis. Oh, wait, let me pull up my...
Star Trek 2?
Sorghum is a genus of numerous... I can't do this. I'm too sick.
I always thought it was
It is grass.
I always thought it was what they called the hair that was attached to the belly button lint in your belly.
Sorghum?
Yeah, that's a sorghum.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm drinking the belly button lint of 500 guys from Comic-Con right now.
They're
It's aged for 15 years.
Yeah, is that the 15 years ago Comic-Con? They scraped the inner belly fat of the fattest Comic-Con guys they could find and created sorghum.
Sorghum.
Extreme belly button lint. Aged from the fattest fuckers at Comic-Con.
We used to have this intercom at Titmouse.
Yeah, and I miss it.
And John would just pick it up in the middle of anything, and you would have this long message. John, let's pretend.
Okay.
Like, bring me back.
All right. Yeah, you think your fucking stupid car is outside? Assholes. A silver car. Go fucking move it.
Okay, that was one. But you would also scream like random names.
I'd go like, Bilgis, Fromple time. Pizza's ready for you. Bilgis, please come up to the front. Bilgis in free forms.
Yeah, you and Tommy were the kings of that.
Fimlops. And then Tommy would come in. Fimlops, Chambliss. Chambliss is here. Just some
by the way, the names in Metalocalypse are created just so... what's his name? I don't remember.
So Mark Hamill, also known as Luke Skywalker, so that he gets tongue-tied. So it's like, the names are like, our specialist, Mr. Tom Scrimbles, Fimbles.
And he does that voice, and he gets so pissed off.
Ladies, gentlemen, today we have Tom Fimbles from Scrimbles Skyfin. So, like, this season, I know they didn't even try to make words. They would just, like, randomly type like this. So it's like a bunch of Y's and E's and R's and P's. And then he would get the script and he'd be like, oh, guys, you guys. And he would just sit there for literally like 5 minutes. Farfringelfompton. And we wouldn't correct him. We would be like, that's almost there, because fucking we didn't even know how to say it. So we'd let him fumble through it and try to say it. And he'd get to something that sounded just close enough and be like, yeah, that's it. And then he'd have to say it. And he always repeats it twice. Our urine specialist today, Mr. Fromm Scrimflimbenpfeifen. Mr. Scroms Fimfeifen. So he has to say it twice.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, and then we pan over to some idiot. And then it's usually some guest star. So,
Yeah. But that's what they used to say in the intercom, and it was so annoying, and I miss it so much. Yeah, because
I played one of the specialists, Dr. Gibbets, because me and Tommy for a long time were just yelling Gibbets for no reason. Gibbets!
Oh, man.
Like we'd see each other in the hallway. Gibbets!
Those headphones
Gibbets!
Really loud.
Oh, sorry. Here, I'll step away. Fromflin! Shimbles! Scrimelore! Gibbets! It's endless.
That's great. So,
and now they took the intercom away, so I just yell it in my office. Or I walk by randomly and just knock chairs over. Or I walk up to I walk up to the editor and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on? Like that. Or then throw metal down.
No, I remember we got.
Or here, give me your beer, your empty beer.
No, there's still beer in there. Do you guys? We receive like office cookies when we order like stationery and shit, like, and it comes in a metal box. And if you get that metal box close to Jon Schnepp, it will be so fucking loud for like 20 minutes. Here. Oh, can I have this? Oh. Wait. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Here, just take it.
Oh. And it will last a very long time. Go ahead.
Are you a middle child?
Oh man, my office been next to him to his for. Oh, thank you. I mean, the solution would really to be grabbing from the bottom, but yeah.
Yeah. So, does working at Titmouse is a pretty cool working environment? Is it just out of control?
I want to go. By the way,
come by anytime. You guys are welcome anytime.
Well, that'd be great.
I'll give you a tour. Well. That's one thing we protect with our life. We've been expanding because we've been doing so much more shit lately. Like, we had, I think, beginning of this year, we had 250 people. Between New York, we have a studio in New York and a studio in LA. So we had to expand. And
it's 4 buildings now.
Yeah.
It's like the main Titmouse building and then 3 other giant buildings.
Yeah, we're losing our identity because we have to hire people, but we try to keep it fun. So we try to protect that with our lives, and keep it fun for everyone. So we have a bar there, which is pretty cool. We have a beer on tap, and
oh, that's perfect. Are you allowed to smoke marijuana throughout the whole entire place? Like, that
Yeah,
would
as
help.
long
Constantly.
as long as people do their work, we don't give a shit what they do.
Exactly. That's how it should be.
What beer do you have on tap?
It depends what keg. It's a kegerator.
Oh, cool.
You know.
Yeah, and there's one in both buildings, so you could just
and there's one in New York as well.
I really want to intern.
Well done.
I've got big tits.
All right, after you get your revisional surgery and finish your MILF videos,
Actually, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
We'll throw you in front of a Cintiq.
I'm sorry you can't because you might make a lot of our nerds uncomfortable.
By the way,
they will stop working.
There'll be like 7 dudes standing behind you constantly trying to, so did you get that Cintiq drawing done? Wait a minute, I'm in line. Pencil fighting, mechanical pencils. But there's no pencils in Titmouse. Like, everything is digital now.
Yeah.
So the hardest thing to find is like a pencil. Yeah. You're like, hang on, let me, it's a stylus with no, what? You run around the office trying to find something.
Have you guys got one of those new Cintiq touches that just came out?
No, I think it's the gayest shit.
Is it pretty gay? Because it seems like it would be easy to like hey, I need to zoom in on like a detail of it, like a drawing or something.
And he doesn't mean gay in a homosexual.
Oh yeah, I'm very sorry about that.
He means gayest way in like the
come
other
in the
way.
asshole,
yeah.
right?
Like you know, man
No,
on man sex.
I just don't think. You know, we already like cancel all those buttons on the site for most of us.
Right, me too.
Like, because if your arm passes by, you will actually rotate your drawing or your painting, and you will zoom in, and it's super annoying.
It's so funny because I at Comic-Con, one of the only booths I got to go to was the Cintiq booth, and I was playing with the new Touch, and I was telling them like there's what I hate about the Cintiq, which is those buttons, because they are pointless, because unless you're doing like the undo button, which I use on the top or something, but for the most part they're always getting in the way. But the other thing is the fact that you can't just plug it into like Thunderbolt on a Mac. Like, you have to have that stupid box, and it has to connect to and all that shit. It should just be Thunderbolt into Cintiq, and that's how it should be. And she's like, oh, that makes sense. And I'm like, yeah, it does make sense. Do it.
Yeah. To me, simplicity in the tool is essential, and the more you complicate it with hand gestures and trying to make it like the Matrix, it takes away from the purity of the drawing.
Right.
I'd rather have something more sensitive and more accurate, a tool that actually mimics a pencil, and the screen to be more tactile and less glass-like, because I miss paper. You know,
you got him really serious, guys.
Sorry, hey, dude, I don't remember names. I don't know comic books. I know one thing is drawing. So, I like the purity of my tool, and so I have my setup. I have it on a swing arm. So I can really put it wherever I want, but that's enough. I could get rid of those buttons on the side, and as long as I have a keyboard, and that's complicated.
But everyone at Titmouse is on those you draw right on the screen.
Absolutely.
There's like, I don't even know how many hundreds of these screens where you just draw.
Yeah, there's only a couple guys that still use paper.
Really?
And they
smell like antique bookstores. Those guys, right?
Yeah, there's a little mildew. Yeah.
Well, Dave Johnson, Jeff Johnson, Dan Panosian have all talked about when they come in there about using their Cintiq. It's the wave of the future, man.
I love my Cintiq. I have an old school one, and I've been looking to upgrade, but I think it's the wrong time to upgrade right now. I think if I just wait a year, that has to Thunderbolt or something.
I'll tell you, those little side things, they don't bother. I mean, you just get used to not even putting your hand near there. Like, I never, when I first had it, it would be like, whoop, the things would be like, what the hell? Then you just get used to that is an area that my hand will not go into.
Right.
And not,
but it shouldn't be
never
like that. You should be able to
me.
just cuddle it, just like lay back.
Do you want me to geek out? The only one I have is the tactile one in the back. That's the rotation on Photoshop. Right. So when you clean up a drawing, you can actually rotate it. And that's fucking awesome. Yeah. Sorry,
but very cool though. I mean, I've been drawing all my life. I suck, but since I was a kid, I was drawing comic books. But I like the idea of being able to, like, you know what? About 20 minutes ago, I made this decision to go do something weird with art that I didn't like. Now I can go backwards and just erase all that shit. It's nice. And doing layers and just it's really cool how technology is really changing how you draw.
Try drawing in a sketchbook. You will try to find the Command Z.
Yeah, that's right. Mind eraser.
Do you ever find yourself like trying to pinch the zoom to real life or something? Like I found myself really.
I was really.
I haven't done that yet. That's
not
coming.
yet. Yeah, I want to do that though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was high on ketamine, and I was trying to zoom in on my MacBook. I was watching that Pon video, which is like the best Japanese pot video of all time.
What?
Pon. It's so good. And I was really wasted on K, and I couldn't figure out why my MacBook Pro wasn't touchscreen. What is going on?
It should just be moving.
Where are my controllers?
So wait, you used to draw comics. What was your favorite comic to draw?
Well, I would draw, just at home and stuff. But growing up, it was always G.I. Joe. It was always Transformers, Voltron, Robotech, Thundercats, just all the regular,
right on.
But I still have them all, like just books and books of just shitty comics of where Rick Hunter from Robotech, was still with Mime or whatever the fuck her name was.
When are you going to bring those in so I can read them?
They're in Ohio.
Just sell them on eBay.
Right.
You probably could auction them. You're like famous now.
Death Squad Originals.
All right, so this is the video you were talking about, which is probably a fitting ending.
Will love that.
Can you imagine
airing 24 hours straight in Japan? Is that what's going on?
24/7. She just does that in Katamari House. Yeah, you don't need drugs on that. I think that drugs on that would make me have a heart attack.
And they say the Japanese are repressed, and I would show them this video. Yeah, does that look repressed?
It reminds me of a milder Major Laser.
Yeah,
for sure. One of the best videos in the world.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
Fuck yeah. We should end that.
Yeah, and it
All
was
right,
Major
since
Laser.
we are going to wrap it up, I want to support Titmouse. Go to titmousestuff.com. Buy their brand new Mook.
Yeah, do it.
Yes.
Buy it.
Also watch everything that Titmouse creates, which is an enormous list.
You're already watching it.
Do you guys want to give out your Twitter names?
I'm just Jon Schnepp at Twitter.
Spell it.
JONSCHNEPP.
Yes.
Add me.
And you're
then
not
I'll
on
follow
Twitter.
You.
I am.
You are? I couldn't find you on the Twitter.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's Team Canobbio. TEAMCANOBBIO.
I want to thank you guys so much for coming on. This has been I think this is the best episode
I think this
yet.
is my favorite episode.
Best episode so far.
He's fun, that guy next to me. That's why I was excited.
You guys are always welcome to come back.
And Ben Klein and Matt Taylor in the back. Why don't you guys come up here?
We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Before they're done.
Hi.
Come say hey.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
This is Matt Taylor.
Ben Kalina.
Awesome.
Like that Howard Stern, maybe someone straddling their speaker right now. That'd be fun.
My name is Ryan Keely. Go buy my movie Girls Gone Dead. It's out now on Amazon.
Girls Gone Dead. Bikinis. Murder. Gore. Death. And death. Yay, death.
And you can see Death Squad at Rehab at Hard Rock Vegas starting, I believe, this Sunday. So check us out there. And the Death Squad t-shirt is almost sold out. I just checked today. There's only 20 t-shirts left. And then we move on to number 2, to t-shirt number 2. So